tomato plant we planted and the new zucchini transplant seem to be doing okay. Look a little bit wilty, but not too bad. I do see new growth on both of them, kind of up here on the top of the tomato and in the middle of the zucchini there. So that seems to indicate they're settling in and they'll do well. We'll keep an eye on these guys and perhaps add a little more soil around this kind of makeshift raised bed that I made here just to make it look a little bit nicer and give them a little more room to grow. You can see the sweet potato vines are doing well. They're stretching up and down this section of the wall here. They seem not to be bothered by the drainage problems that the regular potatoes were having. It looks like we've lost a few more potatoes along the way, but 3, 4 still look like they're holding on there, so perhaps the drainage is just a little bit better in that area. Our frugal, ad hoc, makeshift, make-do pumpkin is continuing on. It's throwing off flowers. Unfortunately, I think it looks like we're going to end up what we ended up with last year, is that it will throw off a bunch of male flowers, but no female flowers, and they won't pollinate. Again, we're going to let it grow. It doesn't hurt us to just let it grow and see what happens. But I'd really like to see a fruit get set. That would really make my day. Here you see the acanthus now in full bloom. We saw the flower buds and flower stalks a few weeks ago. Now they're actually opening up. I need to keep an eye on these now, and as these flowers start to die back, I may cover a couple of them with brown paper bags and see if I can catch some of the seed. Simply help it spread a little bit more across the front bed of the house here. I really like the way it looks. It's nice and green and leafy, makes quite a show, and the flowers are awfully pretty too, even though they are small. Despite having a little bit of grass growing up amongst it, the lavender is putting on quite a show. I'm going to come out and harvest some of these blossoms to bring in the house for the wonderful smell that it gives off. Lavender, along with the gardenia, which is also blooming in the backyard, are some of my favorite smells to have in the house. I do have to make sure I don't get them too close to me. I can't set them on my desk while I'm working, for example, or my sinuses do start to cloud up a little. But otherwise, lavender is a great plant to grow in your garden for both the beauty it gives you outdoors and also the smell it can bring you indoors throughout the rest of the year. And just looking out from the front driveway towards the backyard, just to show off some of the trees that are blooming, you see the elm tree, the Chinese elm here in the foreground. You have the locust tree in the backyard right here off the patio. You can see the eucalyptus tree here. And on this side you can see the ash and the camphor tree in front, and actually the large ash tree in the back. Everything is fully leafed out now. Spring is totally here, and summer is arriving very, very quickly. As I mentioned when talking about the lavender up front, here's some of our gardenias. After this video, I'll probably pop that one off and bring it inside. I find if you just take it off very close to the base of the flower here and lay it in a dish of water, a wide dish, it will stay nice and fresh in that dish for a good week or more and just perfume the entire area with that lovely gardenia scent. Not really sure what's going on here, but you can see the Akuba in the front here is a little wilty. And it's only like one stalk of him is wilty, so I don't know if that one stalk got broken or what. The other side looks to be okay. It's actually throwing off new growth. The other Akuba in the background here is going gangbusters. It shows no sign of distress at all. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the one in the foreground here to see if I need to maybe transplant it to a different area, dig it up, see if there's something going on with the roots or something like that. Don't want to lose it. So I may have to do some further investigation in the weeks to come. And we'll end up today with a couple of our new plantings. The Schefflera, I would need to compare it to some of my previous videos from a few weeks ago, but I swear it's got a good 6 inches more growth on top. Seems to be settling in nicely. Always great to see. You hate when you put plants in and they don't seem to thrive where they are, but this one looks like it's doing quite well for the time being. Still has this nice variegated color. And over to the right, underneath the bird feeder here, you can see our sword ferns that we planted from our friends that we got. And while they're not throwing off tons of new growth, they are looking like they're doing well. They're not wilting, they're not dying back. And so these should just sit here and kind of percolate over the next couple of weeks and start to fill out this area under the bird feeder. That's it for this episode of In the Garden for A Gardener's Notebook. I'm Douglas E. Welch. For more information, you can always visit the website douglasewelch.com. There you'll find links to A Gardener's Notebook as well as everything else I do. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click that like button. It really does help other people to discover our videos and increase our subscriber count. I'm rapidly approaching 200 subscribers, and I'd like to reach that milestone sometime soon. And then when I do, I'll actually put out a special 200 subscriber video for you all. Until next time, keep digging.